If a bank sold you an investment that was guaranteed to lose 40% of its value the moment you signed the paper, the CEO would go to jail. We would call it a scam. But in America, we don't call it fraud. We call it higher education. For 50 years, we have been sold a specific lie that a degree is a golden ticket, a guaranteed entry into the middle class. But in 2025, the math has officially broken. Tuition is up 1,200%. Wages are stagnant. And now artificial intelligence is devaluing the exact entry-level knowledge you go to college to learn. We are currently paying luxury prices for a product that is becoming obsolete in real time. This is the anatomy of a bubble. And like the housing crisis of 2008, when this bubble bursts, it won't just close schools. It will erase the financial future of an entire generation. The system isn't just expensive, it is terminal. Here is how the university degree became the worst investment in the modern economy. To understand the scam, you have to look at the setup. In 1980, the price of a 4-year degree was roughly equivalent to working a minimum wage job for a summer. It was a fair trade. You paid for skills. The market gave you a premium. But somewhere along the way, the business model shifted. Since 1980, the cost of college has risen by nearly 1,200%. That is 4 times faster than inflation and 8 times faster than wages. If you bought a gallon of milk with the same inflation rate as a Harvard degree, that milk would cost you $30 today. Universities stopped competing on education and started competing on lifestyle. They realized that 18-year-olds are not sophisticated investors. They are customers buying an experience. So schools built lazy rivers, climbing walls, and luxury dorms to attract students funded by federally guaranteed loans. This is the mechanism of the trap. Because the government guarantees the loans, universities have zero incentive to keep costs low. They can charge whatever they want, knowing the taxpayer and your future self is on the hook. It is a subsidy for the institution, paid for by the servitude of the student. But here's the catch. While the price went to the moon, the value of the asset crashed. Economists call this credential inflation. In the 1970s, a bachelor's degree was a rare signal of elite status. Today, it is the new high school diploma. We have overproduced degrees to the point of worthlessness. We have millions of graduates with master's degrees pouring coffee. Not because they failed, but because the market is flooded. When everyone is special, no one is. You are paying for a Ferrari and receiving a bicycle. If you ask a university president why tuition is so high, they will lie to you. They will say quality education is expensive. But the data tells a different story. The money isn't going to the professors, it is going to the bureaucracy. Between 1993 and 2007, the number of full-time faculty increased by 18%, but the number of administrators? That jumped by 39%. Even worse, between 1976 and 2018, while student enrollment grew by 78%, the administrative staff ballooned by over 240%. This is administrative bloat. It is a parasitic layer of vice deans and compliance officers who do not teach, do not research, and do not add value to your degree. But they all draw 6-figure salaries. Take Stanford. Between 2000 and 2023, the number of non-teaching staff more than doubled. There are now almost as many people managing the students as there are students. The university has become a jobs program for white-collar administrators who justify their existence by creating more rules and raising your tuition. They have turned these institutions into hedge funds with a tax-exempt status. Harvard has an endowment of over $50 billion. Yale sits on $41 billion. They spend less than 5% of this on operations. They are hoarding wealth while pleading poverty to raise prices. Meanwhile, the actual teachers, the professors, are being replaced by underpaid adjuncts. The quality of the product is dropping, the price is rising, and the middlemen are getting rich. In any other industry, this would be investigated as a cartel. For decades, the degree was a shield. It protected you from automation. But in 2025, that shield has evaporated. Enter the extinction event. Artificial intelligence. A 2025 survey by IDC found that 66% of global enterprises plan to cut entry-level hiring due to AI. These are the exact jobs that fresh graduates used to take to learn the ropes. The junior analyst, the paralegal, the copywriter, the coder. The university model is built on training you for the junior role. They teach you to summarize texts, write basic code, and organize data. But AI has just devalued that specific skill set to nearly zero. Employers see this. That is why companies like Google, Tesla, IBM, and Delta Airlines are tearing down the paper ceiling. In 2024, nearly half of all U.S. companies announced plans to eliminate bachelor's degree requirements. Why? Because the signal is broken. When grade inflation makes an A the most common grade, and when AI can pass the bar exam better than a law student, the diploma proves nothing. This creates a lost generation of workers. They are graduating with mortgage-sized debt into an economy that no longer needs their entry-level skills. The ladder has been pulled up. So what happens next? We are heading for the credential cliff. In the next decade, we will see a massive bifurcation. The elite brand-name schools, Harvard, MIT, Stanford, will survive. Not as schools, but as luxury brands. Like a Birkin bag, you buy them for the status, not the utility. But for the mid-tier private colleges and regional schools, it's a bloodbath. Experts predict up to 500 colleges could close or merge by 2030. The demand is drying up. The ROI is negative. The customer is waking up. The market is shifting to skills-first hiring. The portfolio is replacing the transcript. The ability to build with AI is replacing the ability to memorize for a test. If you are watching this, the lesson is simple. Do not short the future, but do not go long on the past. The era of the general-purpose degree is dead. The gatekeepers are gone. The walls are down. You don't need their permission, and you certainly don't need their debt. The collapse of the university isn't a tragedy, it's a correction. And for those who are ready to build real skills, it is the greatest opportunity of our lifetime.